Hello, Thad Brum here again, and in a previous video I showed you how to create a building shape using mass elements, and in this video I'm going to show you how to convert this mass element into an actual building using Revit's face tools. I'm also going to show you how to lay out a preliminary floor plan schematic using a tool that I created. Now we'll go ahead and start by first of all converting our floors to our mass floors to the floors, and then convert our faces to walls. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my Mass and Insight tab over here, and I'm going to click floor. And I want two different types of floor. I can use a shallow floor here, maybe 10-inch deep, but up here on the second floor I need something a little bit deeper, 12 or 14 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this first floor first. Come over here to Properties, and I will select a wood joist 10-inch wood finish. This is the floor that I created for my template that I use for residential design. So I'm going to go ahead and click that and create floor, and done. And I'm going to do the second floor. So I'll pick on my floor again, and this time I will use a carpet finish, wood joist 12-inch. Not really worried about the finish right now because we can always change that later. So I'm going to click on this and select this floor, create floor, and kaboom, I now have two floors. And if I go to my first floor plan, there you can see it. So now let's take care of the walls. I'm just going to do the main building walls at this time. There's a foundation wall down here, but catch that later. So I'm going to my Mass and Insight tools again. This time I'm going to select wall. And the wall that I want to use is, once again, the one that I created for my template that I use in my projects. It's going to be exterior composite on 6-inch wood stud. And I'll select that wall, and now all I have to do is go ahead and select the walls, make sure that I get all of them, and kaboom, that should be it. And if I go to my first floor plan, as you can see, there they are. There are my walls. Now I need to check on my area. We did worry about area when we created the mass model, but now that we have real walls, I want to double check and make sure that still goes with my design program. And the design program that I'm using, by the way, for this particular client is one that I created, and I have a pretty unique method of creating schedules and budgets for clients, and I have demonstrated how to do that in a Udemy course that I created, and there is a link to that Udemy course in the first video that I created if you're interested in learning how to do that. But right now the first thing that I need to do is create an area plan. So I am going to my Architecture tab, and under Area, I'm going to click Area Plan, and I want this to be gross square feet. I know that that first floor, I want 1304 gross square feet based on my program, so I'm going to say gross building, and I want it to be at the first floor, so I'm going to say OK to that. And I'll say OK to that. And there is my area. And notice that it's already tagged because I have the area tag that's preloaded into my template. It's too small though. I need it to be 1304 square feet. So I think what I'll do is go back to my first floor plan, Well, I can do that in this floor plan. I don't need to change. What I need to do is decide how to make it bigger. Now, I don't want to change the width of it. I've got that based on the site and the setback lines, and I really don't want to change this. So my only choice here is to really move this wall here back a little bit. And when I do it, I want to make sure that I pick the wall and not the mass element. So I think for right now, I am going to turn off mass elements, and I am going to type in VG for visibility graphics and slide down here and find mass. It is off already. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. I will double check though. And show mass by view settings. Okay, good. So what I want to do now is maybe I should go to the first floor plan. And once again, VG here, I want to turn off my mass elements so I don't select them by mistake. So I'll slide down here to mass and I'll turn it off and say OK. And I'm going to create a dimension for the depth of this building. Make sure that I'm selecting my walls. I am. And I have 31 and 1 7/8. Now that's not a good dimension anyway. We're going to have a brick base on this, and that's going to be sort of a design element. So I want to make sure that I design this thing using a brick module. And as I explained in the previous video, a brick module has to be either even number of feet, or an even number of feet plus 8 inches, or an odd number of feet plus 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and select this back wall here, and I'm going to change that to 31.4 and see what happens. Hit enter, and let's go to my model first floor. That's 1280. That's still not enough, so I'm going back to my first floor again, and let's make it 32. And that's 1306. I want 1304, but 1306 is good enough for me. So the next thing we want to do now is go ahead and create our schematic floor plan, and once again we'll be doing that using a special tool that I have created. So to create my first floor conceptual floor plan, I'm going to my first floor here, and I can get rid of that dimension. I think to be on the safe side, I am going to go ahead and pin my walls. So I'm just going to go ahead and select those each. And I am going to pin them. Now I can go ahead and start creating my schematic floor plan. As I said earlier, I've created a special family, and it is a mass family, and it allows me to, and let me find it here. Here it is. It's called a residential programming mass, and as you can see here, I have a type for every type of room that I'm going to include in a home. This is a tool that I created. Maybe I'll make a video showing you how I created it, but I can show you here real quick. If I go ahead and edit this, and I'll go to level 1, it's simply a mass element, and I have given it a length, a width, and a height, and an area. And if I go to my family types box here here are the different families. This is a bathroom one, but I can go ahead and scroll down here and change it to a dining room one. And notice it'll have a different width and height depending on what it is. And I can also give it a color by assigning a color to it based on what it is. This is a food prep area. If I click in here, my food prep areas, I just have a color green. Now, you know, maybe if this was a, let's find another floor here, sleeping areas. If this was a bedroom, it's going to be colored blue. This just makes it easier to distinguish the different mass elements as you place them on the plan. I'm going to cancel out of this, and I'm going to cancel out of this, and I'm going to close this and close that. And I'm back on my first floor plan. So what I want to do now is start bringing these in, and I'm going to go ahead and start with, let's say, the foyer. How I want to arrange my floor, I think I want my living areas here in this space here, and then down here maybe a quieter space where I'm going to have a media room. And back here, some of the more utilitarian spaces like a mud room and a powder room. And then the kitchen and dining. Dining room maybe here and kitchen here. And I like a central stairway rather than one that's hidden within walls or a box. I want it to be a design element because it's pretty small. So we need as many design elements as we can get. And the program, by the way, is based on a program that I created. And for the first floor, I need a foyer with a coat closet, a powder room, stairs, a living room, a family room, actually a regained media room rather than a family room, a dining area, a kitchen, a pantry, a laundry, a mud room, and a utility room. All of that on this floor here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my foyer. I'm just going to select this and just drag one out here. And I have to enable mask, so I'll say OK to that. And there's my mask. And now I will go ahead and maybe bring in a living area one. Living room. And I'll just drop these in here for right now. And maybe the dining area. Now I can go ahead and tag these so that I know what they are and be able to monitor the size of them. Before I can do that though, I really need to tag them. So I'm going to back to Annotate tab and tag by category and select these. And I have the name, but I have a question mark for where the area is because these have to be associated with a floor before I can do that. So I'm going back to my Massing and Site tab, and I'm going to select these. All. I think I am. And let's try this again. Give it a mass floor, first floor, say OK. So now I can see the element and I can also see this, the size of it. Give that a mass floor. That'd probably make more sense if I brought them all in at once and did it all at one time. But I want to go slow to show you how I do this. Okay, let's start with our foyer. I'm going to select it. And my program calls this thing to be 5 by 8 feet. So I'm coming over here and I'm going to change the width to 5. I've already got 8 for a length, so that works. That's the size I want. And I believe I want this to sort of be in this area here. I imagine this is a front porch, and here would be the entryway. My living room. My program calls for that to be 18 by 14. So I will change this. And move that into position. Probably in this area here. I am going to leave a little bit of space between these because these are net square feet and they don't include area for the walls, so I'll leave a little bit of space for the interior walls. Here's my dining room, and based on my program, and I'll try and put this program on a link that you can download so you can use it yourself if you want to. But my dining room, that is going to be 18 by 10. So 18, 10. See how easy this is to do? Excuse me. And I want a first floor mass floor area. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move this in here, and you notice it's too big for there, so I need to, I guess, rotate that maybe using the rotate tool, and I'll just rotate it 90 degrees and go ahead and slide this in here. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Actually, I ought to grab that mass element, and I should go ahead and pin that also, so I don't move it. Now there is not a wall between these two, at least I don't anticipate one, so I have a little bit of flexibility here in making these bigger if I need to. I'm going to I guess I'll bring in my stairway now, and I want those to be in the center here. The mass element I have for stairways, let me find it here. Is just a straight run of stairs, so I will probably want to change that a little bit later. And I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bring in some of my other rooms now. I will bring in my kitchen. I'll say drop that in there maybe. And this kitchen needs to be 16 by 10. And that can go in here. And now I have a media room, and I want that to be in this area here. So I will grab media room and drop it in here. And the program size on that needs to be 16 by 12. But of course the actual size is going to be determined by the size that's available, and I don't have that available, so I'm going to go ahead and I need to unpin that and change the size. I'm going to drag that to there and drag this up to here and then scooch the whole thing over like that. So that's going to be my media room, and of course I need to work on this, get this out of the way. That's my stairway, and right now this is just a simple straight run. I'll probably want to change that later when I find out how much room I have to work with. Okay, so I need a powder room. And I'm just going to drop that in here. And my powder room is going to be 8 by 5. And I will drag it down here. I now need to put in a laundry and a utility room and a mud room. I want those to be in this area back here. So I guess first of all I will go to laundry, drag that in, and that is going to be 6 by 3, which it already is, so I'll leave that as is. And now I want to find my mud room, which is here. Drag that in. And my schedule calls for that to be 8 by 6. Excuse me. Eight, 6, enter. And now I have a utility room, and actually I have a pantry also. So I shall bring in the pantry. I'm going to cancel right now. And I'm going to maybe drop it in here where near the kitchen, of course. So this guy needs to be moved. My laundry needs to be moved. So I can set this in place. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and maybe go ahead and tag all these. And of course I'm going to annotate tag by category. Why didn't that work? So let's do tag all, and we'll do mass tag. So there is all that, and now I'm going to select these and give them a mass floor. And they're all first floor. And I don't need the main house mass. So there's everything I got right now and the sizes. And what I can do now is I can go ahead and start arranging these things to get them work a little bit better. Actually, it looks like I can make them bigger than they need to be. I don't really need a space here between these two. I do need wall space here, so I'll have to play with that a little bit. And this is probably going to be a hallway here. So I think what I can do is I'll bring my maybe my dining room over to this area here and bring this guy over here and make these just a little bit bigger. And now I have room for a hallway. In fact, I think what I'll do is I'll make my stairs here sort of L-shaped. And I will be able to enter into the kitchen, the dining, and the living area. I can probably bring that up a little bit and make my kitchen a little bit bigger. And that's one thing I like about doing it like this, because you can go ahead and size these things to fit within the space that you have available for them, and of course making them functional. I think right now I will pause this video and I will go ahead and arrange these the way I want, and get back to you later. Hi, back again. This time I have pretty much completed my schematic layout on the first floor, as you can see. The shapes have changed, the sizes have changed, but that's okay. That's all I need right now. I'll have to put in walls in here later, and I'm sure that when I put walls in, and all I got to really do to put a wall in is go down the join of these spaces. But this works for now, and things will probably change anyway when I start putting in fixtures and walls and doors. But I'm happy with what I got right now. One thing you'll notice that I did do is I went ahead and put in an L-shaped stairway like I said I wanted. Notice that some of these rooms, like the mudroom here, this is really two-part. This is also mudroom here, but to get the odd shape here, I had to put in two mass elements. But I can join those using the join tool. Cancel that. Let me grab it. And that line goes away. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is go to the second floor. And to save time, I've gone ahead and I have already drug out some of the mass elements I'm going to need on this floor. I have also have a shaft that I created for my stairway. And if you remember correctly, I showed you that the floors were sticking through the walls in that earlier video. I've corrected that too, and all I did for that is I selected my floor, edited the boundary, and then I made sure that the boundary ran along the inside face of the sheathing there. This is the stud space here, so the studs are standing on top of the floor, which is exactly what we want. So I'm going to accept that and start working now on this floor. I'm going to go ahead and now drag in my master bedroom. Put it right there, and it fits pretty nicely. You can go ahead and stain the shapes of these things, of course, just by dragging the grips there. I'll leave that where it is for now. Now this area down here, I want this to be the sitting area, and it's really part of the master bedroom. But what I think I'll do is I'll create a special mass element for the sitting area, and I can do that very easy by first of all create a similar, and I'll set it here, and I will grab that and edit type and duplicate it, and we'll call this sitting area. and say OK. I'll leave it the color of the sleeping area because that's just a part of it. Let's say OK to that. And now I'm going to go ahead and drop it in here so it fits. Similar to this. Let me look at my walls here. Drag these over. Now I can go ahead and tag that here. And I need to add a mask floor to it. And of course a second floor. So there's my sitting area. I want my closet to be in this area here and the bathroom over here. So here is the closet. I'll drag that over here. Whoops, I didn't mean to. I want to grab the whole thing here. The walk-in closet. And I can probably bring this out to the master bedroom side. So I get a nice big walk-in closet here. And of course I have the program for all this, but I'm just working within the boundaries of what I have now, and of course knowing functionally what I need. We also want a dressing area as part of this. I don't really have a dressing area though, so we'll have to create one. And what I'll do is I'll create similar here and drop it here. And we're going to edit type, duplicate, and we'll call this dressing area. And say OK to that. And that can go up against the closet and the bedroom. Like that. Doesn't need to be like that. This is sort of an ante-room into the bathroom and the walk-in closet area that you can use for dressing. Here's my master bedroom. So I will drag that in here roughly. I need a linen closet. That's right here. Drag that in. And I don't know, put it someplace like this maybe. Now this is obviously going to be a hallway here, so this linen closet will be off of it. Now they do want another laundry upstairs. So I will go ahead and put a small laundry in up here. Put it in that area there. I'm not too worried about the size of it because it'll probably be a stacked washer dryer situation. Now let's look down below here. We've got some bedrooms that we got to put in here. I need 2 bedrooms down here. I'll put one here. And I will create similar. Nuts. I'm going to, I don't know what I did there, cancel that. Create similar and drop in over here. Make it fit. I think I'll use this for closet space up here. It's going to drag in a strip closet, and you know it can fit like that. all the way across, and get this bedroom to fit within its space. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, I guess. And of course, you know, you can make these things. They don't have, you create a similar family similar to this, but maybe using curvilinear shapes if you don't want to be always using the rectangular shapes. There's my bathroom for downstairs. I'm going to just drag and drop that in here somewhere like this. And once again, I'm really locating functions here. When I put in fixtures and get things to work right, it'll be quite a bit different, I'm sure. I think what I'll do is I'll rotate that though. And I'll just rotate it 90. And bring it in here like this. I do need hallway space here to get to that bedroom. Okay. And I need a closet here. So I'm going to select that closet and create similar and put it right here. And that pretty much lays out everything I need up here. I can go ahead and put in my hallways here. I can grab it. That's a 3'4" hallway. And as you can see, I can go ahead and probably make things a little bit bigger here. I'll do a better job of right sizing everything when I get the start putting in the walls and the doors. And I'm not going to worry about putting in hallway down here. I know what it is. I do want to go ahead and make sure all of these have mass element floors. And I want to tag them, and of course it's second floor. And I will tag them laundry, linen, closet. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is go ahead and pause and work on this a little bit better and show you my final arrangement for the schematic floor plan for the second floor. Alright, I have finished laying out my second floor schematic, as you can see here. And over here I've tiled these views. Here's my first floor. So I'm pretty happy with the way this is right now. And I'm going to end this video. And in the next video I'm going to show you how to add the interior doors and windows and convert them into actual floor plans. And then go ahead and add some of the elements to finish this out more or less as a building with you know, windows, doors, and porches. So I'll catch you in the next video. By the way, if you like what I'm doing here and you're learning something and you want me to continue creating these videos, please like and follow me, and I will get more videos up here.